One percenters, welcome back. Coach Tommy here at 1424 Basketball Training, where the goal is to take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Guys, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm actually really big on investing, and I got a question asked to me that was pretty interesting. What trading card would you hold? LUKA, MORANT, Zion, or LAMELO? So anytime anybody asks me investment questions, stock questions, questions like trading cards and money stuff, the number one thing about value, money, cards, you have to understand what the market is and how value is created. So value is created around hype, stats, looks, a lot of different things. So I want to take a look at kind of the first thing, like how big is the market for LUKA? Who actually likes this guy? Because the more people that like him, the more people that follow him, the more attention and the more valuable his trading card will be. So what are his, his stats here? LUKA's stats. I have no idea. Let's see. So 2021 points, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. So it's pretty easy to see that LUKA is a stud. We all know he's a stud, right? So between LUKA, Zion, LaMelo, and MORANT, if I'm picking a time frame, right, we have to identify what time frame that we're investing in. If we're holding these cards for the rest of our life, I mean, it's pretty easy to me. It's pretty clear cut. LUKA is a sure thing Hall of Famer if he continues on this trajectory. So LUKA is the most valuable card, period. If we're only looking like short term, we're trying to flip some cards maybe in like a year or two, I think MORANT probably has the biggest upside because he's still in the playoffs right now. So if he wins in the next day or so, then his value will go up because he'll be, in the eyes of all the NBA playoff people. So let's just put a base case of 5 years, right? We're holding these cards for 5 years. So who would we select if we're holding a card for Zion? Zion stats. 27, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. So LUKA has better stats than him. MORANT, 19, 4, and 7. That's not nearly as good. LaMelo Ball stats. And LaMelo has the worst, right? So LaMelo has the worst. So in terms of stats, if we're holding this thing for 5 years, LaMelo Ball, the stats, he would be LaMelo, Z for Zion, D for Doncic, and JA for Ja. In terms of stats, LaMelo is a 4, so he has the worst stats. He has the worst stats, and I think Zion has Ja has the next worst. LUKA is number 1. Okay, so if we're going stats, LaMelo on the bottom. If we're going market, right, like market, how much people recognize this person, name recognition, brand recognition. It's really hard to say. In America, I think LaMelo is obviously number 1 to me. In my eyes, that's what I think. But internationally, I think LUKA, and since it's a global market, these cards are a global market, I would give LUKA number 1, LaMelo number 2 because of Big Baller Brand, his brother, his dad, all that good stuff. Overtime, all the youngsters, they're all hyping LaMelo. Zion number 3 because every now and then he's getting a monster dunk. The NBA is really trying to make him the next stud. And then MORANT, he's stuck out in Memphis. The only way he's going to get recognition is off of some team stuff, some crazy dunks, and like I said, he's still in the NBA. I don't even know if he has any endorsements or anything like that. And then so also when we're going into analyzing money and cards and stuff like that, you gotta understand risk, right? What are you risking? Like, are you putting a lot of money on the line here? So really the only real risk in trading cards is if any of these players basically get injured or fall off the face of the map. So who is the most likely to get injured? That is Zion. So he gets a 4 because he has the biggest risk. LaMelo has already shown that he plays pretty wild, falls all over the place. So he gets injured. So he's a 3, even though Ja Morant is much more athletic and high flyer. His mechanics are really good. And Luka, big, strong, heavy. He doesn't move that fast. He's not a high flyer. So the ability for him to actually get like a acute, big time career ending injury would be very, very low. So there you have it. And lastly, you gotta judge one more thing when you're thinking about these people. What is the story? Like, what is the story or the narrative behind behind these guys? Right? What is the story? What are people selling? What is the market trying to sell on these guys? So LaMelo, man, they want this dude to be the face. He gets the number 1 for sure. Charlotte Hornets, the broadcasters are super hyped on this guy. They are pumping the crap out of him. Overtime, Instagram, YouTube, they love LaMelo. Everybody loves LaMelo. He points at the half court line when he shoots. Super fun, always smiling. He's still a kid, full of energy. So the story around LaMelo to me is really good. He's got a brother. If his other brother Jello makes the league, then his brand will go up. If Big Baller Brand takes off, LaMelo will go up. LaMelo is associated with Jordan and the Hornets, that will go up. So all that stuff points to LaMelo's draft stuff going up. Zion, last I heard, his thing is he's injured, keeps getting injured. And now all I think about is Zion, couple nice dunks, and just injury prone. Pelicans, Ingram's injured. Everybody on that team is injured. So Zion is in dumps. The story about Luka right now that I hear is that he's a MVP, all-star, superstar, but a complainer. He's a complainer. But with all that said, he's still the best player on here. And then that means Ja Morant is a 3. So if I'm picking a card, obviously I want Doncic to hold for 5 years. This guy is clearly my number 1 pick. Doncic, for all those reasons that I said, I'm taking him number 1. Number 2, I'm taking LaMelo Ball because it's more about the hype. It's more about the hype. So hype stocks, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, right? 5 years. LaMelo can go crazy. He'll be on his next contract in a year or 2. Number 3, I'm going Ja Morant because I think he's exciting. People want to make him exciting. He's not as marketable for some reason. His face isn't as happy or something. But LaMelo is just much more marketable. And lastly, number 4, I'm going with Zion. So those are my rankings. Let me know what you guys think. That's how I rank them. That's how I would spend my money. Obviously, this isn't investment advice. But if you guys are out there trading cards, let me know. I got a bunch of cards that I have no idea what to do with them or how to rate them. So I'm just holding them, just having fun with them. All right, guys. Until next time, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.